Hey, what's up, guys? Jim and Caleb here. Question for you: what if I told you that interest rates going up doesn't necessarily have to be that bad of a thing? Over the last several years, we've been buying houses at low interest rates, and really anyone can do it. These are investment strategies that have been around for a long time, and knowing this can not only help you buy a house at the old interest rates, it can actually help you sell a house for more money as well. Caleb, you had an example of a deal we've worked on in the past, right?
Yeah, so it's actually a listing that's coming up soon, and they bought the house about a year ago, so they do have some equity because prices shot up, but not a ton. Sorry, actually, it was 2 years ago, and their interest rate is at 2.65. It's a VA loan, so we know that all VA loans are assumable to any buyer that is going to occupy that home, especially this type of VA loan that they have. So I start looking over at 2.65, and the loan's at about 250. The house probably is worth around 290. I was talking to them though, and I said, most certainly, I think we can sell this house at 300 or even above if we can get someone to assume your note. And they looked at me and they're like, what do you mean we can get an extra 10 or 20 grand for someone to assume our note? I was like, well, if we find the right buyer, and I was pulling up these calculations right before this, and this is actually so crazy. So if somebody bought that house at a $270,000 loan with 6.7%, which is roughly where rates are at today, their payment would be $2,138. If somebody is able to bring 50 grand to the table, which someone buying a $300,000 house roughly should be able to, and they assume that mortgage, their payment would be $1,394. That is a difference of $740 a month on the monthly payment. So if you can bring 50 grand to the closing on this particular house, instead of 20 grand, your payment can be $740 monthly cheaper. And that's what I was explaining. Like, look, if we do this strategy, and before I went on this appointment, what's so crazy is they are dead set that they had a listing agent they were listing with. They told me I went in to actually make them a cash offer on this. My cash offer was not high enough. And I couldn't buy this on terms because my offer still was lower than where they needed to be, but they were dead set on their agent. And now I'm going to get a listing at 300 or 310,000 that I've never gotten simply by knowing this unique strategy. And my clients get to make an extra 20 grand. Somebody gets a mortgage that's $700 cheaper.
Well, yeah, and then what would you rather have, right? Would you rather buy a house for 300,000 at a 3% interest rate, or would you rather buy a house for 300,000 at a 7% interest rate? Well, that 7% interest rate, the house is twice as expensive in that case, right? So
yeah, so the exact
as a homeowner, you have the ability to, like, if you understand this and you know how to do this, or you're working with somebody that does know how to do this, you have the ability to take advantage of this and sell your property and for more money than what other people can, right? So, Caleb, go ahead. Sorry, man.
So some people might say, why would I pay 20 grand extra for a house when I can get a 2.65? That doesn't make sense to get a cheaper payment. So if you paid 310,000 for this house, and your total interest paid over the course of that loan is 112,000, or you could buy that house at 280. Sounds great, right? I'm getting the house cheaper, 30 grand cheaper. You know what that interest rate is over the course of the period? You pay $357,000 in interest. So to do some really, really quick math here, initially it sounds like you're buying the house for a little bit more money, but you're really buying the house over 30 years for 430 grand. Or you can buy the house at 280. So what your agent's going to suggest you do, get the 6.7, wait 5 years to refinance in the fours. But if we don't ever refinance, and even if you refinance the fours, you're still going to pay you're paying 637 grand total for that house that somebody wasn't able to educate you on a $20,000 difference to save $200,000. It's pretty cool to me. I like saving 200 grand. I don't know about you, Jim, but
I absolutely love it. And then, there's a lot of creative strategies. So like this, these type of investing strategies have been around a long time. So to use industry jargon, there's creative financing subject to owner financing or all of these terms. But when you use somebody that knows how to structure these, like it's pretty amazing what can happen. I have a friend that bought he had a $300,000 house, and he ended up buying a $500,000 house. And the way we structured an owner finance on his house sale, he was able to upsize, almost double the value of his house, and his monthly payments stayed the same. His lifestyle stayed exactly the same. So right now in this environment, with interest rates having gone up dramatically, there are still opportunities. Hey there, if you're looking to get the ultimate edge for your real estate investing company, go to doorstodeals.com/invest for more information. Just so you know, a high percentage of the people that we interview on this podcast are actually already Three Doors Network members. And our network members have a lot of extra resources. They have access to an online training vault with over 3 years worth of content in it. They have access to vendor savings like our Home Depot discount that's literally saved thousands of dollars for members. And we have a weekly group coaching call, and we have a lot of other great things as well as part of the Three Doors Network. So make sure that you check it out on doorstodeals.com/invest. So right now in this environment, with interest rates having gone up dramatically, there are still opportunities. So if you're someone that's kind of sitting on the sideline or thinks, man, I will no longer buy a house because interest rates have gone up, that's not necessarily the case. Like you still have the opportunity to buy houses at that lower interest rate if you just know how to do what Caleb and I, some of these creative strategies, right, Caleb?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's really important when you're thinking about buying houses, guys, that you think about, there's really 5 different ways that you buy a house, or 5 different things that go into it. So there's how much you're paying for the house, like upfront. There's whether you're financing or you're paying cash for it, the term of how long it's going to take you to buy that, how much credit you need, and then what you're asking for as far as repairs. So many people get so focused on directly the upfront number of what do I pay on day one, and they don't think about all the other 4 really, really key factors that really dictate how much you're total paying for that house and where the money is made. And because we don't make money selling real estate, we make money when we buy real estate. That's where all the money in this world's made, is when you buy, not when you sell.
That's absolutely right. Yeah,
I think that's the most important thing that beginner investors, even like if you're buying a house for you and your new spouse, or you and your family, a lot of people get so emotionally connected, and when emotions come into play, all intelligence goes out the window. But if you think intelligently and you don't let emotions get a hold of you, and you buy based on all terms, you can get a whole lot better of a deal, especially in a market like this.
Yeah, it's interesting. So my wife and I are, we're very happy with where we're at, and we're thinking, oh, well, maybe we should move in the next couple of years or whatnot. And she caught me like with the interest rates going up. I said, I don't really want to give up the low interest rate that we have right now. And she says, Jim, don't you do this every day? Haven't you been doing this for years? I was like, oh, wait, I was caught in that line of thinking too, because it's so easy to think about. But then I was like, I just have to negotiate a deal the way we've been doing in our real estate company for a number of years now. So I mean, that would be the biggest thing. And for the agents listening in, the investors listening in, I really do believe that this is the market of the moment. It's how we can serve our clients at a much higher level. And I really, if you're not, if you don't have the knowledge, you're not unaware of what we're talking about here, I would highly advise you to reach out to people. We're here to help you. We're here to support you on doing this and structuring this. But what a value add that we can offer our clients, that, hey, you can buy a house still at that lower interest rate if you want to, or if you're willing to sell your house in a creative structure, you can sell your house at the price at a much higher price, because you're offering what other homeowners aren't offering. You're offering more value for your house.
It's so amazing. I was just thinking about this as you said that. Like, we talk about this every day, and even it started to slip your brain for a minute that maybe I shouldn't do this creative structuring for my house. And if you read Flip or some of the books by Gary Keller, the first thing he suggests is go and join an association, join a group, because when you're around people that talk about this all the time, you're going to be a lot more likely to remember it, because even Jim, who's done this for years, slipped in his brain for just a slight moment that, oh, maybe I can't buy or sell a house right now. So no matter how much you know, no matter how smart you are or educated, you need to be around people that are doing deals like this every day to remind yourself. And Jim uses a term, I don't know who he got this from, but stand on the shoulders of giants. So when you're thinking about trying to learn these creative structures, make sure you're standing on the shoulders of giants, of people who've done this for years, while you're just learning, because there's going to be a lot of nuances about these deals.
Absolutely. So, I mean, that's really, I mean, I don't know how much else I really have to say on this other than my goal is that as an industry, we are moving towards this and we're going to do it. And it's common knowledge for realtors the way, this is going to age me a little bit, but when I first started, short sales was the big thing. Everybody knew about them. Everyone knew how to do it. And if you became a realtor in the last 5-ish years, you don't really know what a short sale is anymore.
I've done 3 short sales in 5 years.
Exactly right. And I got my, we did 50 or whatever in one of the first years we were in business. We did. So, that's how we got started. But what's interesting is that these cycles sometimes last longer than what careers do. So back in the 1970s, some of these creative structures that we're talking about were very common. That's how people did it. That's how people moved their house and sold their house. So really, my hope too, by us sharing this with everybody, is that there's going to be more and more people will start to understand, wow, this is something that we need to have all of our clients be doing again. Even though it's new to me, this wasn't new in the 1970s. This is how people moved property. This is what people did. So regardless if you use a Three Doors agent or not, or regardless if you use who you use, like I would highly advise just finding somebody that knows these structures and can do this for you, because at the end of the day, Caleb just shared the numbers with you. I mean, we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars here, guys, between the difference in a 3% interest rate and a 7% interest rate over time.
And 3% aren't coming back for a very long time, unless I'm absolutely wrong. They're not coming back. It's going to be a very, very long time. We're probably going to be in the 4s and 5s. That's where we always were, short of a pandemic again.
Absolutely. Okay. So if you are looking to buy or sell, talk to us. If you're an agent that's wanting to know more about these creative structures and what we're talking about, just pick up the phone and call or text us. So the best number for us is 314-310-4886. Once again, that's 314-310-4886. We're here to help you, here to serve any way we can. Thank you for this public service announcement. Hopefully we get more and more people understanding these deals. And then also finally, on a final note, happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Appreciate you guys. Take care.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. If your agent doesn't know how you can buy a house at 3%, go find another one. Thanks, guys.
See ya. That's a wrap, guys. For additional resources, go to doorstodeals.com. And don't forget, we're already generating over $186,000 per month in passive income for people in our world. And we're just getting started, and we can help you out as well. So if you want to grow your passive income, we have multiple options available. The first step is for us to get to know each other better. Give us a call or send us over a text message at 314-310-4886 to get started. And finally, go out, live your purpose, and above all else, go after your dreams. Till next time. Thanks for tuning into this show. For more episodes and resources that will unlock doors to deals, check out our website, doorstodeals.com.